me what you see when you look at me. Do you see another brother lost in these streets looking for his soul?
Trying to find my soul.
Or do you see another brother searching for lost souls in these streets? A street soldier.
Street soldier.
Here to help you get that chip off your shoulder, warm your colder days and sober your drunken ways, and find a way to help you get over these hurdles placed in our path. And this is not meant to amuse you. This is for all those who have questions but are afraid to ask.
I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. No. When times get hard, you lose your way. Open your mind and hear what I say.
This is a message for the hard and the soft. To those who tune in weekly and to those who keep an eye out for 8 p.m. on Sundays and turn their radios off. The truth hurts. The cloth has been pulled. We're walking around half dead. Use this show as your IV. Alive and Free is a new movement. We've achieved self-destruction. A street soldier promotes self-improvement.
Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah. Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah.
Good evening, good evening. You are tuning in to the one and only Street Soldiers Radio this Sunday night with Dr. Joseph E. Marshall Jr.
All right, everyone. Good evening. Street Soldiers it's time for the one, the only Street Soldiers Revolutionary Radio is what we have been calling it all these years. And what do? I repeat, we play a little music and save a lot of lives. We're trying to make it all good in your neighborhood. And we are successful when you do the things we suggest. I ain't bragging. I got proof. Got plenty of proof. Stuff we suggest here is pretty much guaranteed because it has been proven over the years. But I know you want to do it your way. Okay. Want to do it your way. But remember, our purpose is noble. We want to keep you alive and free. It's that simple. Ready to go tonight? Wonderful show again. Got a great guest for you, which I will reveal shortly. I have to say, it's almost, and Mike, it is almost the end of 2025. I know. This is, and maybe I can say this but this is the fastest year of my life. Yeah. What they say as you get older, time goes faster, and when you're young, time goes slower. I don't believe that. It was hella slow when I was young. I couldn't wait. Well, I can't define the laws of time. However, how I feel, it just seemed like it was January a minute ago.
Yeah.
And it is now Christmas time. But hey, I'm alive and free, and that's all that really matters. All right. How you doing, Annie?
There's a meme out there that goes, according to my Advent calendar, Christmas is 2 days away. And I just thought that was so funny.
Your Advent calendar?
Because you're eating all the chocolate. And
oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fun with an 8-year-old, and I'm having it's been good. Good week.
That's it? No, let it go.
There's a lot going on in the world,
Okay.
There's a lot of time, I think Christmas is kind of like, the holidays is just this time where you just reflect on who and what you're thankful for, like I think Thanksgiving kind of
I did that at Thanksgiving.
Then you just, but you can't let it go. You gotta keep going.
Yeah. People thankful for me at Christmas. You know why?
Why?
Because I bought them something.
That works.
They're just thankful because I'm me. They're thankful like, what you get me. That's probably a little bit callous, a little bit cold-hearted, but maybe they like me. But they like me extra.
You can bake them cookies. I think home goods is really nice. So, it doesn't have to be something that you buy. It could be something that you Made.
But I do like Kwanzaa though. The Kwanzaa is just pure celebration. Gifts can be symbolic,
Yes.
and Kwanzaa is right after Christmas. But we get ahead of ourselves. We still have a little time to get there. Fillmore, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
That's beautiful.
You ready for the holidays? This holiday coming?
Yeah.
You ready?
Ready to get it.
Okay.
Ready to get it. On and cracking.
Okay.
Cook some food.
Yeah.
Have fun with the fam bam.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he said last week he was going to bring us some food into the studio. So
Yeah.
I know we may have to text him during the week and hit him up during the week so he won't forget. Because he'll come in here like, oh snap, I forgot.
Right.
I forgot.
Right.
Mike, I am hungry.
What's up, Soul? How you doing?
What's up, brother? I see you got your esteemed guest right next to you.
Yeah. Well, we saving him for a minute.
Ain't seen that brother in a minute. What's up, my man?
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we got to get our quick sports report out, and it's official, only because it's been so long since it happened. The Kansas City Chiefs are officially out of the playoff race, which is maybe why Mr. Stell is late getting in.
You remember on Monday Night Football back in the 70s, what they used to sing? Turn out the lights, the party's over.
Yeah. Don Meredith used to say that back in the day. Yep. Yeah. That's hard to believe, man. The Chiefs are not only are they out the playoffs, and unfortunately, it's like Patrick Mahomes has a broken ACL.
Torn ACL.
I hate the Chiefs so much. I almost was happy that he got hurt, but
not that happy that he got hurt.
I'm serious. That's how much I hate the Chiefs.
Can't you just be happy that they're not in the playoffs? You don't wish for something.
But no, that's why I had to rearrange my thought process.
Thank you. You said almost. You just said almost.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
But yeah.
You didn't go there.
I didn't go there.
But you wanted to.
I was almost like, yes. But no, I ain't gonna do that.
All right, let's do one more. Niners did win. Niners keep winning. I don't know how they winning with smoke and mirrors, but that's fine.
How the Niners keep winning?
Yeah.
Great coaching, my friend.
It's got to be that because they plug me and you in there. They might. It's amazing what they're doing.
Yeah, thank God it ain't me and you playing for the Niners. we be the bad news Bears.
Hey, Phillip Rivers is playing. Yeah.
Oh wow. That's true.
I mean, if Phillip Rivers is back in, you might have a chance, Doc. Did he win?
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that was the first grandpa to throw a touchdown in the history of the league.
Phillip Rivers. Yeah. All right, and we got to. Oh, the Heisman. Well, we're not going that far. I mean, that's a little too much sports. But we got to give. I thought OKC, that's the Oklahoma City Thunder, we're never going to be beat again, which is ridiculous. Everybody gets beat, and lo and behold, the Spurs beat them.
The alien.
Them. That's right.
Beat them. I mean, all right. So the Cup final will be the Knicks. Knicks fans are going crazy. And the Spurs. All right. I don't have Peacock, so I don't get to see this stuff. So,
the Cup?
The Cup.
Cup is trash, but they need to work on something. They're going to have to work on something with the urgency of the NBA regular season.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because I get sick of seeing games that are 104-83 in the third, fourth quarter. It's a big matchup, and it's no competition. I mean, you don't really see the competition. So hopefully they can.
I ain't gonna do that. Players ain't giving up no games.
They need to.
I'm not saying what they need to.
No, to advance the league, to keep it more.
Okay.
You got to give them some games, man. Okay. Has to. Also, just to keep it on this, they do load management anyway. So you got 82 games, but the star players are only playing 62 games.
I'm not saying a long season myself, but I'm just saying that's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's wishful thinking. I get it. All
I
right.
tell you what, I'd rather watch 100 bad NBA games than watch the Diddy documentary one more time.
We gonna get to that. Now, hold on to that. Just don't. We got enough bad news coming in the bad news. So let's get to the news. Thank you, sir. We will be mentioning that during the hour. Let's go to police have a person of interest in custody as they gather evidence in the deadly Brown University shooting. This is from CNN. Police say they have detained a man in his 20s who was considered a person of interest in yesterday's shooting, which left 2 students dead and 9 others injured at the Ivy League school in Providence, Rhode Island. All right. They have few details. It's all hands on deck. You know, look, law enforcement say the man is from Wisconsin, had a revolver and a small Glock in his room. Now, I don't know if that means he was a student or what. All remaining classes have been canceled. And as the Brown University community reels from the shooting. Okay, all right. So I thought you said this very well. You said you spend your entire life, getting through high school.
Your young life at that.
Young life, yeah.
To be able to get into a university like Brown.
Yeah,
you're taking finals.
Yep.
And you hear gunshots and you ducking, or you're hit, or you're killed. I mean, and then I had to double check just because I'm a numbers guy. I think that's like the 390 something.
Yeah.
Mass shooting.
Yep.
In this year, more shootings than days.
Whoa. Okay.
I mean, I don't want to spread a rumor, but I thought I saw that. But it's just,
Yeah, every week we got as we do this show, we got to dedicate it to somebody, and so we have to dedicate it to those young folks at Brown. And
the one student this is her second mass shooting. Like, she had already been a victim in the Parkland shooting. So this isn't even
when she was in high school. Oh man.
Yeah. So Zoe Weissman, she was so it's just
wow.
It's terrible. It's terrible. 13 years ago.
Well, we know that, and we've known this for a while. There's no place that's safe. There's no place that's safe, and that is very unfortunate. Why we do this show. Why we do this show. And guns at a university. Nah. I know a story that I'm not going to tell. Somebody told me that the church they go to on Sunday, there are armed gunmen at the. I'm sorry. In the name of protecting the congregation, there's somebody up in the balcony with a gun and somebody down in the. So everybody got guns to protect everywhere. Not here though. We are good.
We need some people in here, man. A lot of the students in radio stations.
Not in this one. No.
Yeah, knock on wood.
No. You're right. No. This is Street Soldiers. Understand what we're doing here. So detail this wonderful story that you did see, that you sent me. A Detroit man. Did you see that, Ann? It's beautiful. This Detroit man walked 6-year-old girl to school after finding her alone. You seen that? That beautiful. See, that's the opposite of all this madness. Then you got people like that. People like that. People like that. And a Detroit man's simple act of kindness has turned into a moment the internet can't stop talking about. On Monday morning, Joshua Threat was driving along 14th Street on the city's west side when he noticed something that immediately stopped him in his track. A 6-year-old girl walking alone on her way to school. Got this precious little girl here walking by herself. He didn't see an adult. He just threw me off. She was by herself, 6 years old. She needed somebody to be with her. And this is why I think he was wise. Rather than calling out from his car, I'll give you a ride. The Good Samaritan made a deliberate choice. He got out and decided to walk with her, making sure she reached her destination safely. All right. Over the next 10 blocks, the two made their way to Thurkell Elementary School. By the time they reached the school doors, the weight of the moment hit him. And this is the thing, overcome with emotion. He broke down into
He did. He started crying.
On camera, purely moved by experience. What started as a quiet, instinctive decision quickly went viral. So you sent me this. It was beautiful, man.
I always say, brothers, our superpower is our love. It just takes us a while to figure it out, but he's got to figure it out because he didn't have to do that. He didn't know her. There was nothing to tell him that he needed to take his time out, and he did it because he was there and and he could do it and he did it. And one day that little girl gonna grow up and remember that moment and just think about him. Who knows if she'll ever see him or they'll be put together, but she always gonna be thankful for a brother looking out for her like that. It's beautiful.
I mean, wonderful act of thoughtfulness, kindness,
Human.
humanity, all of that. All right. Like, y'all don't be stereotyping all brothers out there, okay? That was so wonderful. All right. All right. I'm gonna dedicate the other part of the show to him. Okay.
No.
And what's his name? Joshua Thread. Joshua Thread. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
He said he'd been getting all kind of love too.
Aw.
And you know what? That feels, I bet you it feels good.
Oh, yeah, man. Heck yeah.
I mean, he would have done it anyway, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah.
He gonna do it. Ain't got nothing to do with he all he thinking about is her getting to where she needs to be.
That's right.
That was beautiful. All right. Okay, let's get into the do we got any more news? I believe it like that. We're gonna do this because it was a tribute to her. Guess who just topped the gospel charts more than 10 years after her death?
Who's
Ooh.
that?
Take a guess.
Gospel
Woman,
charts.
Come on, Mike.
Guess who topped
After her death?
gospel charts more than 10 years after, and you both can answer.
Whitney Houston.
That is correct.
Oh,
Yes. More
What?
than a decade after her death, the late icon holds the #1 and #3 spots on Billboard's gospel streaming charts for the week ending December 13th.
wow.
Houston's version of "Do You Hear What I Hear" climbed
Oh.
from #3 to take the position.
That's a great song.
Yes. At the same time, her rendition of "Joy to the World" surged from #11
Oh.
to #3, extending its run to 47 weeks.
I catch my mom watching Whitney Houston all the time on YouTube. I believe it. I believe that was. I know how she got up
Well,
there.
that's my time of year for the preacher's wife anyway. That's my annual thing. I watch the preacher's wife.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I just want to see. I just want to see Denzel lose.
Wow.
She can sing.
Oh, Whitney's the GOAT.
Yes.
Have you seen the preacher's wife ever?
Oh.
You gotta make sure she sings it. You don't make sure you see. You make sure. All right. Let's get that. I guess he said to him, and she's like, "Why you asking me?" I guess tonight is. How can I say about this brother? He is. In fact, actually, I wanted to title this and had a different title. I said, "Old friend of the show." And because he's definitely an old friend, a good friend, a wonderful friend, Mr. Prentice Powell. Mr. Prentice Powell, welcome back to
Yeah.
Soldiers, man.
I'm back.
Oh man, your career continues to grow
Hmm.
and grow and grow and grow. I think at this time, salute. This time last year, you were. Well, you'll tell us. You tell us.
Yeah.
I've just mentioned the word Grammy, and Grammy is associated with him. So we'll get into all of that. Before we do that, though, introduce who you have brought to the studio with you.
Yeah, that's the good part. That's the best part about tonight. Tonight, I have the pleasure of having my 12-year-old, beautiful, extremely intelligent daughter, Anaya, with me.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Yep.
You can say so.
you-
It's okay.
Hey, thank you.
There you go. There you go. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna get there.
And he said, "Now I'm hoping I gave him too much. Did you actually, said that I'd like to go? You'd like to be here?
Yeah.
Right? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is it that you want to see what it was like, or you
Yeah.
just want to hang with it?
Like,
How you like the studio?
I really like it.
It's nice, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Yeah. No, she definitely talks. Yeah, she definitely
all
does.
right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, just take a while to warm up. It should be good.
We know when we tell the young people at the club, use your voice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what he does.
Yeah, she definitely does use her voice. That's not an issue for her. This is not an issue.
Oh man, how you been?
I'm good. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but nothing's worth complaining about.
Do it right.
Yeah.
You know, like what would that do? But I'm doing really well.
Yeah. Let's do with the current stuff. What you got going currently? I know Ann put a big headline in here.
I've been
Doc, did you
following-
tell us who he is?
following?
Huh?
Did you introduce him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you said it was Grammy. Okay.
He said Prentice Powell.
All right. Yeah, say that name again. Prentice Powell.
Oh, hey, call out his name again. So
all right.
do it again.
Prentice Powell, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio.
Yeah.
All right.
Here.
Returning champion. That's right.
And there's so much here. But Lady E, what's up? Good to see you. You made it in. You know what's this?
Finally, it took me a minute to get in. How wonderful to see you, Prentice.
It is so
and
great
your
to see
big
you too.
baby girl. Oh
Yes.
my goodness
Yeah.
sakes.
Yes. Yeah.
We're gonna make a big deal out of you. So
Yeah.
you ain't used
celebrate
to it.
it.
You're gonna get loved on.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the way it is when you come in here.
All the time.
We're not related, but we're all family. That's how we do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So back to you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Everything is good. Let's see. Last night shout out to the Ill List Invitational. There's a spoken word poetry invitational that is like the biggest one in the country, like invite only. And so 3 years ago I won it, and last night was the 20th year anniversary. So they had returning champions. And I actually won that by 1/10 of a point last night.
1/10.
Wow.
110. Yeah, they got the score wrong, so they had me coming in second. But I actually won. I actually won. They got the score wrong last night, but it's all good. But no, I did that last night.
Where was this now?
This was in Modesto at the State Theater. It's the annual poetry slam, and I don't slam anymore, so it's just not my thing. So it's cool to be able to hop into something that is where I started, and still succeed at it. And then last week I was in New York for a really big show at the King's Theater. Shout out to Poetry Me Please, about 3,200 people, beautiful theater in Brooklyn. That was really, really dope. The album Pack Light. I dropped that in August, so just been getting the word out, new poems, a new collection of work, which was dope. I think the beauty in this is that last time I created an album, For Your Consideration 24, with Sean William, that was specifically to win a Grammy. Like that was the whole point. That was the purpose, and we got nominated for it, which was dope.
You did get nominated.
We did, which was a blessing. And I submitted Pack Light for the Grammys this year, and I didn't get nominated, which is okay. But the dopest thing about that was that this was the first time I created a body of work just for me.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't an intent of winning an award or being acknowledged on some large level. So I really was intentional and deliberate about the album. I'm really proud. I have all of them on it. So my goal was...
You're on the album?
Yeah.
She didn't know it. But it was just natural conversation. It's an excerpt called Healing, where I'm having a conversation with all my kids and my wife, and none of them know it. But I put it on the album rather than writing a poem for them, because the goal was, if I got nominated again because they were on the album, they would be Grammy nominated. So that was like in the back of my mind when I did it, just something dope that they could put on their resume, like moving, because it's a dope icebreaker to say you're Grammy nominated. Like that's not common.
Yes, it is.
It's not common. So I was like, what if I can get my kids? Yeah, what if I can get my kids that title, early? So, but the album is great. I really like it. It's really honest. It's very vulnerable, but it's really so the whole concept of Pack Light.
Mm-hmm.
The whole concept is, so what I'm doing for 2026 is I'm going to be doing this series called Thoughts in Motion, where I'm having interviews and doing all my work on the back of a U-Haul truck. And that's what I did for this album and the campaign.
Wow.
And the thought is, purging, deciding what it is you want to take with you at this stage in life and what it is you want to leave behind. So you have to be able to unload. You have to deal and address and open up different boxes and look at the content to figure out what it is you want to keep and what it is that's not really healthy for you. And I think all of us go through that. Sometimes we're scared to open those boxes, but sometimes we pull something out and we like, man, I want to hold on to it, but I know it ain't really healthy for me. So the album, really, that was my thought when I created the set list for the tracks. And the beauty of it is that there are so many people who really enjoy it, who feel like they get something out of it and just express it to me. So it's a good reminder that I'm walking in my purpose.
Let me. This is why your dad. There's a lot of reasons he means so much people. But as far as he was the one, as far as I'm concerned. Now everybody can talk about their own influences that brought the whole spoken word genre, if I can use that, to life for me personally. For me personally, right? And it introduced me to, I mean, there was and the soul knows that you speaks, doing, there were folks doing, but he was the one that was like, I don't know. There's always, if it's a singer or if it's a, a jazz artist or somebody that just strikes a chord among others artists with you, it was him. Yeah, it was him, and I just want to say it's been a bunch of years, but there's been continued growth, right? Continued growth. So I want to go into that, but I want to ask: I'm going back maybe how many years? Maybe 10, 12, 14? I don't know, a bunch of years. It was hot then. How was spoken word now? I mean, then it was post. Is it still, as popular, or is it dead, or did it go through a phase and sort of go under? Just your thoughts.
I feel like spoken word poetry in general has always been underrated. Okay. Like always. Like
underground or underrated?
Underrated. I think people don't acknowledge the foundation in spoken word poetry, how much the basis of all writing is spoken word, especially when you talk about music. You got to get those words onto paper. A lot of times people are practicing their diction, their cadence, their tones. They're doing it without music a lot of point in time. But I feel like spoken word poetry has always been underrated, and it's something that you have to have a true passion for.
Yeah.
If it's what you're going to do. And I think the blessing, when we went to Alabama, I was 21 maybe years old.
That was 2006.
Yeah, that was
19 years ago.
And so when we did that, this was just what I love to do, and you gave me an opportunity to get on a plane. And I remember I burnt my first poetry CD because y'all flew me to Alabama, and I needed to make some money because I didn't have a cell phone. So I went to Kinko's and burnt up 50 poetry CDs and sold them for $5. It sold out as soon as we got there because you let me perform. And when I think about that, and I think about now and just how the business of it all has gone, I think spoken word poetry is just one of those art forms that will forever be, unfortunately, this is just what I feel, not acknowledged for the value that it really contains and what it does for people. But I also think it's dope to see where it has gone, like folks like myself and some other people I can think of who love it so much that we just weren't going to stop.
Right.
And then the blessings start to come, and so for me, it was just a matter of deciding that this is what I wanted to do. Doing poetry allowed me to drop her off at school, pick her up, go wherever I needed to do. And I enjoy being a father. So how can I make this art form work for me so I can continue to just do what I want? And so now it's put me in a position to where I still can do what I want. You know what I mean? And, to be able to go so far back, I'm just now getting to the point where I've done so much within spoken word poetry.
Yes, you have.
Like so much. And I finally, Doc, just got to the stage where I give myself credit for that.
Yeah,
like I finally give myself credit. Like, man, you've done a lot. So the blessing is that to be able to know I've accomplished so much things. So it puts in perspective what really matters most in my life. Like after getting nominated for a Grammy,
I'm about to ask about that.
Yeah, it's like, well, that was a play because I knew that if I got nominated for a Grammy, being able to put that on my resume gets me in the doors I couldn't get into as a writer in general. So now, I do copywriting as well. So I write for Lexus. I've written for McDonald's. I write a lot of advertisements as well. And when you have Grammy nominated on your resume, my work is the same. I'm the same, but people want to listen now. And they want to consider working with you even more. It's kind of unfortunate because you realize that these titles mean more than they should. And that's kind of what it taught me too. Like the accolades are cool, but they mean more than they should. It's about the character and the person. So,
who and what's on the resume.
Unfortunately. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was a good play for me to continue to grow and figure out what I want to do next and how to be able to do it and to have help and support from other people.
I got to tell you how your daughter got to Alabama. We were doing this violence prevention conference. We call it national, but
like
violence prevention conference in Birmingham. We called it Back to Birmingham, and we wanted to go there because that was the scene of so much civil rights activity. Um, and you know, we had all these young people coming, and people have the notion, and I learned this early on that young people need to be entertained. I've always felt that young people just need to hear something good, right? So the first album, what rapper can you get? What rapper you can get, and I had enough experience with getting. I remember the first time I got a rapper. I'm not gonna go into it, but it was actually in the early '90s, and I bought some rappers. I had a big thing. I don't know. You might be. Soul probably remember at the Oakland. No, at the Marriott. They call it the Marriott then. And I brought I brought Ice Cube in. I brought a few rappers in, and I'm a conscious dude, so I figured they was conscious. This is true. I thought they were just gonna like me, and I put them in a room, and the brothers started like in and being, and I said, "Wait a minute,
whoa,
that's not what this is about," And I just assumed, and and so I knew at this time I want a good message, and quite frankly, I didn't trust at that time that I was gonna get that from a rapper, from a hip hop artist, but I knew that I was gonna get a great message from a spoken word artist, and he was my guy. Easy, it was easy, and I'm telling you, he was shocked. He was like, "What? You gonna take me down there? Yeah, man, we're gonna fly you in, and you're gonna have your own thing.
Yeah.
Like, man, bring your CDs, you can sell them." He said, "What? You went to overdrive producing."
I went right to work. I went straight to Kinko, spent my last $30 making them CDs. And I made enough to buy 2 cell phones, one for me and one for my girlfriend at the time. I went to Metro PCS
I'm gonna tell you,
off Powell Street. I'll never forget it when I got
he
back.
was there. He performed, and people went crazy.
Yeah.
People went crazy. I mean, they loved it. They loved what he said because it came from the heart. And that's the thing about spoken word. It's pure. That's my word for it. The purity of it. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
it really, and that's why I still teach it. You know what I mean? Like I still develop curriculum. I'm in Montero Middle School and West Oakland Middle School this year, teaching creative writing, and teaching the kids how to, express themselves through writing and art. But spoken word poetry is such a beautiful art form.
Oh, is it?
It's so beautiful. There are no rules. It's pure art. You know what I mean? And it's a way to develop community. And a lot of us can feel like outcasts at times. And, with her specifically, because she's she is my creative kid. Yeah, I don't even think she knows it necessarily yet, but she is the one I identify and see myself most in when it comes creatively. And I think it's dope, even like tonight that she asked to come because she complains because a lot of my events are 21 or over, or I'm out of state performing and she doesn't get to go. And I just hope that, like through what I'm doing and the things she sees, it's okay if she doesn't see it now, but later on that, that's the whole, and that's the whole point.
Look, it's planted.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That like at some point she can pick up something that she saw from me, something that I accomplished, something I did somewhere she went with me, and it makes sense to her later on to apply it to her own life.
I think another reason to me you're such an inspiration is most people start spoken word and they get their little book. They write their stuff down and it's almost like a book of spoken word or a diary in spoken word. And, they keep it, and it's, every once in a while they get a chance to perform it. But I don't know that anybody, very few people I know of making a career.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that is the amazing thing.
Yeah.
You took your passion, and we always tell kids, whatever you're passionate about, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Well, you're a trailblazer in that sense.
I could be considered that to some people. Yeah. It's just what I love doing it. It's therapy. It's therapy. And I just couldn't stop. Like, I just can't stop doing this. Like, I do it for free. But then when I found out that you can make money for doing it, like, really? Okay. Let me figure out how I can make money doing this.
You gonna pay me for doing it?
Yeah, you gonna pay me how much to do something I'll do for free every day of my life anyways? I write every day anyways. And you're gonna pay me to go on stage? You're gonna compensate me to do this, and then you learn the game, and then you get in different avenues, and then I learn about copywriting, and then I learn about writing scripts, and then I figure out that everybody needs language. Everybody needs language.
Absolutely.
So I just limit it to, and that's the thing I think also about spoken word poetry. Sometimes as poets, we can kind of limit ourselves to only our genre, like stay just within that realm.
Yes.
And don't realize that we are writers. Like if you are a writer, and so I don't really label myself as a poet per se anymore because of all that I can do with a pen. I am a writer, so sometimes labeling yourself as a poet can be limiting, but it's an amazing art form, and I just love it. I'm blessed to have discovered it and have a gift that I think kind of fits the genre and inspires other people.
If there's anybody out there, there may be some, people just love the art form, right? And you want to have somebody just talk to the man. I'm gonna call him the man. I'm gonna call him the man. Who knows a lot about not just spoken word, but the business of spoken word. You can give us a call at 877-955-1061. 877-955-1061. If you're somebody out there that feels like you got spoken word in you and you don't know how to get it out,
come on, let's talk.
Yeah. Talk about it because, and especially in this, the social media age, this chat GPT age, and this AI age, where, look, we had some young people that write, we help young people go to college. And one of the things they have to do is write, whatever her writing assignments are. We was getting back AI written assignments. AI. Lady Estelle went crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't want to know what no machine think. Go ahead, lady. You take it. What did you say to him?
Yeah, no, I
Nicely.
didn't go crazy. I just let them know that you need to know that we are professional. We recognize when it's real. We recognize your voice. This is not your voice. Do it again and use your voice. There's one aspect that I have not heard you say that happens with the spoken word, and that's the healing aspect.
Oh.
It is so, because what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And even though back 100 years ago, we knew young people needed that something that would capture and get their attention. We called it entertainment, but it really was so much more than that. And you brought in how to access your heart, your feelings, put it on paper in a way so that other people can not only see it, hear it, but feel it. And then open up their ability to feel, to say it. And that was pretty much what we were trying to do, and what we have done, and what we do at Alive and Free. We want you to see it. If you can't see it in yourself, you can see it when you're watching a movie or a clip. And then to recognize that's my story. So when they saw you, okay, you're a young person, and you looked a lot younger than you were. A young person in touch with his feeling, his heart, his story.
Yep.
And how to make a hard story beautiful, powerful. It gave them the courage to see their own and tell their own and then grow from that. So it was just amazing what you were able to bring back 100 years ago. And then, I love that story. You were taking debate. Was it debate?
Yeah, forensic speech and debate.
We was gonna
Okay,
get back. Yeah,
forensics.
Yeah.
Yes, and how you
Forensics.
got there, because that
Lindsay.
wasn't
High
what you
school.
were trying. That's not what you were trying to do.
No.
But
That was all Mr. Lindsay. I mean, shout out to Tommy Lindsay. I mean, he saw
that
something.
somebody that got you in there, and the next thing you know, here you are.
And what's amazing? I got to take her about 6 months ago to my old high school to a forensics and speech and debate competition at Logan High School in Union City, and she fell in love with it. And she's been asking me ever since we went, like, yo, can we go back? Can we go again? She got to meet Mr. Lindsay. It was really, really dope. So it's dope how it could, and thank you for the words, but it was really dope how it kind of was like full circle. Like I could take her back to what sparked the creativity in me and who sparked the creativity. But I think the blessing in this is the healing is the biggest part. My poems
The,
aren't the same from the last time I was here.
Oh yeah,
and
My
see,
poems are different now.
absolutely.
the healing brings about transformation.
Mm-hmm. You just have to find out what it is that you're comfortable with doing that will allow you to heal. And you have to be vulnerable. And I was taught, I'm an empath, and I acknowledge that. I was taught as a kid because I feel emotion on a deep level. I was taught that vulnerability was a weakness. I got called a crybaby my whole life. Like, why are you always crying? You always feeling something, or you look at something happy and you start crying. I'd be like, I can't help it. Like I don't know how to stop tears. I don't know how to stop emotion. But for me, poetry allows me to not worry about that when I'm expressing myself. Like I can put these feelings onto paper and nobody's judging me for it. And if anything, I'm gonna figure out that there's somebody in the audience who can identify with how I feel and lets me know that I'm not alone in my thoughts. So, you kind of build community and friendships and realize what human interaction is really like through other people who, take the time to listen to your work and let you know that they felt something from it, which gives you courage to continue to be expressive.
It's human. It's
Right.
human.
Yeah. It's a
And you're a
very human
human being.
aspect. Yeah.
And that's what scares me about this new era we're going into. I tell the kid, I want to know you. I don't want to know robot. I don't want to put your phones away.
Mm-hmm.
Because COVID, and
Changed a
it
lot.
shut all that down.
Yeah.
It really did. It shut folks' development. They couldn't even talk. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's taken me, I don't know how you will, but it's taken me almost 3 years to get young people to the point where they can begin to use their voice. Now, because they said, I don't know what happened, but the early kids I had, you couldn't shut them up. Plus, they were loud.
Mm-hmm.
When they came out of COVID, they was
Docile.
man, they were like, I mean, I couldn't, and then when they spoke, lady, I can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
What teenager can't you hear? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
I got a 3-year-old grandson. He won't shut the hell. I mean, that boy, you can hear him all down the block, right? But inside there was this voice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they could do was that they could write, and so in order to get their voice back, I would have them write and then read to the point where now they're getting comfortable with being social beings again.
Mm-hmm.
Social beings again. A couple other points I want to remember, but we got a call. Right, hi, you're on Street Soldiers with Grammy-nominated artist Prentice Powell. Go right ahead.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Prentice Powell. You kind of remind me of Paris, the rapper, the local rapper.
Paris?
Kind of got that style, like however
yeah.
It's anyway. Just wanted to mention that you kind of look like him right here. I'm watching you on YouTube, man. Yeah, I got a question for you. One, how do you deal with speaking truth to power when it's so dangerous? For myself, I find it very, very dangerous, especially when I'm online, saying all kinds of things, that, especially in the political realm, that a lot of people in society and even in politics, they don't like to acknowledge the elephant in the room. How do you deal with that?
I think telling the truth comes with opposition, right? Like you're always going to experience opposition, and if I'm being honest, I think for me, with what I experienced, the opposition that I do face within my own truth, just reminds me how important it is for me to speak up, but it also teaches me my integrity and my character. Not everybody is going to be willing to be expressive and speak truth to power and experience opposition and keep going. And honestly, if you ask me, I think that's okay. Like some people aren't necessarily built to speak in front of millions. They may be a little bit more comfortable in front of tens or hundreds. So for me, I'd much rather go out knowing that I can stand on what I say, everything that I say, regardless of who hears it. And I honestly receive more love than I do hate.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing, bro. I think if you pay attention to the people who support you, pay attention to the energy you receive the most. And I'm not sure about you, but when I speak the truth, I get way more love than I do hate. And that love fuels me way more than the hate. So when I receive the hate, it's natural. Not and if you're saying something that everybody agrees with all the time, you're not saying the right thing. You're trying to please the audience and you're trying to please the crowd. But if you can stand on what it is that you say in front of the public, behind closed doors, in front of your children, in front of your wife, I think that says a lot. So, I just take it with a grain of salt. I understand that not everybody agrees with what I say, and I'm okay with that. And I don't feel the need to change everybody's mind because that's not my job.
Thank you for the call, man. Thank you for the call. That leads me to another area. I love this so much. You have poetry slams, and you guys quote battle, but there's no enmity, hatred, company. Help me. I mean, I know artists have had maybe some artists, but I'm just thinking of
some hatred in there.
Listen, I'm thinking about last night.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the slam last night. There was a I don't remember her name. I just met her. Her name is Mercedes. I forgot her last name. She was really dope. A Latino woman. Her first poem she did. This was in Modesto. 550 people, majority white. Her first poem was addressed to Donald Trump. And it was a Dear Donald Trump. It was basically an F Donald Trump type of poem. Very well written. Very well done. In poetry slams, you get judged on a score from 0 decimals, 0 to 10. 10 is the largest you can get. 0 is the lowest. Typically, in a poetry slam, you don't see, ain't nobody giving out a 5. Ain't nobody giving out you got to be really bad quality work for somebody to get a 6 point something. Like, typically, you're going to start at 7 if it's bad, This woman got 5, 5.2, 5 point, and we were like, whoa. Like, okay. So that's kind of telling us initially some of the type of people who are in this room right now.
Yeah, and
right.
The audience. And
yeah.
I can see that. In this political climate.
Yeah, so you do get that, and that's not typical for that space.
Well, truth and speech, I mean, you mentioned integrity, and those words don't even count now. I was really speaking of between the artists. The artists. Each other. Maybe I don't know.
Nah, that gets
and
people are people, Doc.
I'm hoping some of the things that I've seen, look. A lot of hip hop is built on just beating the hell out of other people.
Right.
I mean, it is. Beating is part of it.
Right.
And I'm watching the Diddy thing, and I'm like, come on, man, this is. Oh my God! I mean, really
horrendous.
It's the fact that. It sickens me, right? Mm-hmm. And it's, I ain't been this sick since I watched the R. Kelly thing,
right?
But it's, the whole, and I don't know, I'm hoping that as little of that is possible. I mean, I know some artists that Dante Clark, wonderful artist. I've seen you guys together. Mm-hmm. I don't see that kind of, maybe.
Yeah,
but you know better than me because now you're at a different level.
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's why I know now because of where I am. I think people are people, right? You start there. Let's start. A good person is a good person, regardless of how successful they are. Their energy is going to be dope with another good person. I think within spoken word poetry, in my personal opinion, it is too small. It is too sacred for people to have egos. We not talking about rap music. We not people ain't getting $1 million deals off of spoken word poetry. Right. It's just not happening. So for some of the conflict that does happen within it, I've never really been a part of that because I had success when I very first started, meaning I had hate when I very first started. So a lot of the people I admired before they knew who I were turned out to be jerks. And so for me, it was disappointing. And I said to myself, like, I don't want to be like this. Right. So if I get to a certain point, I want to be able to give the game. What's mine is meant to keep. Nobody can take what's for me away. So it does happen, but I only feel like I experienced it because of the level I've gotten to. You know what I mean? If I wasn't nominated for a Grammy or I didn't have the success I had, nobody would care. But it's not until you get that success that people have an opinion.
I gotta say one thing for a minute. Okay, I gotta tell you, I saw you didn't see it when I saw what was that national show you appeared on with the
Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, I'm Arsenio Hall. I say my boyfriend is Arsenio Hall. You're in your group perform. Man, that must have been like, woo. Have you seen that tape?
I don't think so.
But you gotta show it to you. You gotta show it to you.
It's a couple
God.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
on there a couple times.
Yeah. We gotta go to break. So you want to get in quick?
Just ironically, the what he's saying, what Prentice is saying is an old school hip hop mentality. That's how old school hip hop used to be. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there was beef in it, but it's like we did it because we loved it.
Okay, we gotta go. Everybody hang on and tell them where to go. We'll be back.
The conversation is not ending. We are heading on over to YouTube Live at Stay Alive and Free. And you can always, always, always take us on the go when you head on over to stayaliveandfree.org.
Alive and Free Street Soldiers Radio. We are back. We are back. We are on YouTube. Little glitch here, but we are ready to go. Our guest is poet, spoken word poet. I got to come something else. Extraordinaire, Grammy nominated, all of that. Mr. Prentice Powell and his lovely daughter
Anaya.
Anaya. Why am I saying Ayana?
Because it's the
N and the Y are juxtaposed.
Yep.
Anaya, can you just say something for me? Where'd you get your name? Who gave you your name? I'm curious.
I think it's my godmom. My godmom.
Your godmom. You're named after your. Do you know why they picked that name? Sometimes people for a specific reason. Does it mean anything? Do you know, or they just like the name?
I know it means something, but I forget. But it does mean something.
It does mean something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, when you figure out, text me. 'Cause I'd like to know what it means. I know it means something special because you are special. How'd you enjoy that first hour conversation with your dad?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna get you to say more. We left with. Let me just jump right into this. What's the whole Grammy thing like? What's that like? What's that like? What's that like? What's that like? I mean, I haven't. Did you go last year to the Grammys?
Yeah,
you were there.
When
right?
I got nominated, I went.
You went.
I was there.
Okay, so like I see the Grammys on TV.
Yeah.
I see all these artists, and what's like being in the room.
It was the red carpet was the most daunting experience I've had thus far.
Yes.
The red carpet is a 2-block long tent, and I mean two
blocks?
full blocks. I'm gonna show you video. 2 full blocks, and every media in the country is there with microphones, lights, and cameras. So me, DC was with me.
DC,
obviously, because DC, I had him do the intro of the album.
Oh yeah, DC.
We walk in there. My wife is with me. And honestly, Doc, I walk in there with a custom $2,000 suit. I'm feeling great.
You laid.
But we look like $1 million. So I'm walking, can't nobody tell me nothing. We walk in there, we start walking, and people start flagging down people to talk to, and nobody's looking at me. Nobody is paying me any attention whatsoever. And I looked at DC and I said, yo, we are minnows in the ocean right now. And he was like, and everybody had PR. Remember, this was just my idea, right? Like we worked together to make this happen. Everybody had PR, so you have people's reps going up to these people, these media companies. I have so and so here with me. Would you like to speak to them? Yeah, sure. Okay, then they bring them over. I'm holding my wife's hand. Sean's there, me, DC there, my man Matt, who did all my videography, he's there. And nobody's trying to talk to us. So DC does what DC does.
Yeah, did he?
And he got in the mode and he started going up to him. I had Prentice Powell right here. And then we started being able to speak.
Wow.
But the blessing of that was I had one of my best friends with me.
Yeah.
He has a skill set.
Yes.
This is what he does.
That is what he does.
Right. But it represented the fact that we got here together. Right.
Yeah.
Like it was just that whole purpose. The reason why I had DC on my intro, because I wanted him to have Grammy nominated in his resume.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this by myself. The reason why I called Sean to do the album with me is because I was scared to do it by myself. But the homie who's been there since I did my first poem, it'd be dope if he got nominated too. So it was daunting because it taught me that I had a lot more work to do in that space. And that is the cream of the crop arena.
Right.
That's the top of the tippity top, right? So the experience was dope. But also, if I'm being honest, it made me realize that some of the things you think are going to feed you the way that they say they feed other people don't. Right. I got the nomination. We didn't win. Cool. The experience was cool, but it wasn't anything I felt like I needed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this experience was dope. It was amazing to say I had, but it does not define who I am. And I think the reality of it is after we left the Grammys, it was back to regular life. My phone was ringing for a little bit. For a little bit, my phone was ringing, and it was right back to regular life. I got this Grammy medallion. I got the whole thing on my shelf at home, which is dope, but it was right back to regular life. And I think sometimes, we can glorify these accomplishments and achievements, and you think your life just changes forever like this. I had to go pick her up from school the next day. You know what I mean? Like I had to get back to regular life, and my life wasn't changed. I didn't in the garage. There wasn't a new car in the garage, and my phone rang for about 6-7 weeks. I was popping, but I didn't capital. So what I learned really, Doc, was that they're not going to just give you everything. You have to capitalize on the moment, and you have to keep playing chess and figure out how to make it continue to work for you. I think in my mind, I thought that once I got it and got the nomination, went to the Grammys, that everything was just gonna be better and different. So I hadn't planned for what the next step was because I was so hell bent on winning that trophy. So it just kind of taught me to play chess in a more strategic way, to make sure that I have different things going. So in one arena of my art or my work, if that's not moving the way I want, I have another something that I can focus on. And so it was really humbling. It was amazing, but it was humbling. And I went for it again this year, and I didn't get nominated, which is cool, but I am on the board for the spoken word committee within the Recording Academy. So now I'm learning the game. Now that I've learned the game,
That's nice.
I'm trying to infiltrate now in a different way.
Yeah.
I got the nomination.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that was a blessing of not getting nominated this year, is that it didn't affect me like I thought it would.
I had and lady, I had a similar moment, and it's funny because it's similar. So years ago, I got nominated for the Essence Award, right? And they had only given the award to women, and this year they decided they were going to give it to men, right? And it was 7 of us, and Paramount Theater in New York. I'm gonna get to the red carpet, right? The red carpet.
Yeah.
And Malcolm, we flew Malcolm in, and we're staying in the same hotel. We in the same room. We get all tucked up, and we take, I don't know, I think they sent a limo, right? Because I'm a winner. They sent a limo to pick me up. Now a limo's a different thing, right? So Malcolm and I went in a limo. We get down there, and I get to the red carpet. I'm walking up, and people look like, who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? I ain't tripping. I'm here. I'm
just happy to be here,
right?
Yeah.
So we go walk in, right? And then I go in, and I did Maya Angelou's there.
Right.
Michael Jackson was there, and Sugar Ray Leonard was there. All these stars literally are there, right? And because I'm a winner, I get special seating.
Yeah.
Right. And the people that won it with me, I'll never forget this: Quincy Jones, Jesse Jackson, Spike Lee, Eddie Murphy. Who else am I missing? I shouldn't be listening to somebody else. I know the big one was Denzel Washington.
And you're on that list.
And I remember Robert Moses. There was 3 community people. Robert Moses, who the creator of SNCC and Project Algebra. So they divided between community and celebrities. And this is a name I hate to, I don't like mentioning now, because at that time it was special. Ben Carson, who at that time was Gifted Hands Ben Carson before he got affiliated with Trump and became something else. But it was special, man. It was just so special. And you go up and you I'm speaking before, I don't know how many thousands of people. Now, one thing about me and you, I'm going to say the same thing if I'm talking to the boys in the hood, or I don't care who I'm talking about.
Don't matter.
I'm going to say what I say, right? And I got up there, and boom, boom, boom. So listen, honey, I get off the stage. The person after me to introduce is Denzel Washington. Now I've heard women scream. I heard them scream with Smokey Robinson. I heard them scream with Marvin Gaye. I heard them scream with Denzel walked in there. Look, Denzel, it wasn't like it was just different. That was Denzel, and this was like Denzel. This is young, good-looking Denzel, right? They still scream now. He gets up there and he starts talking about me.
Wow.
From the stage.
Wow.
He said, Mr. Marshall, what you do is blah, 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 blah. Anything I can do to help you, right? Anything I can do to help you, I'll do. Now, one thing I learned that night about celebrities, they will tell you.
Will they? Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, brother. And anything you need, blah, 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 blah. And honey, you will never, ever see them again.
Nope.
And you got to chase them. And I mean chase, because I don't think that they don't mean. I remember one night I saw Shamar Moore right here in the city. Mm-hmm. Man, I love to come on your show. He gave me a number. There are like 500 people between them and you, right? And so what you realize, you're like, it's just a moment in time.
Yep.
It's just a moment in time. Mm-hmm. And I've always said, if you can do the work when the cameras aren't around, that's when you got it. Yep. See, because the cameras change people.
They do. And that's why it's so refreshing when you meet those who are the same in front of the camera, and off the camera. Right. I got a handful. I got Nick Cannon. That's my family. That's my.
I was going to ask you, who have you met that is genuine for you?
Nick. Me and Nick met in like 2012. I've been in movies with him that he done put me with. I done produced with Stevie Wonder. Done created music to my poems. And he's put me in a space with all these people, and I talk to him like we friends. Yeah. Like I see him when he's in town.
Yeah.
He's one. Damian Lillard has become a good friend.
He's a good brother.
Yeah, he's a really good brother.
He's a good brother.
I'm on his new album, and we've done an EP. So there's a handful of people, but I think the dopest thing for me after the Grammy experience for them, my children, is that, and I don't know if she realized it, but I'm normalizing success to them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I think that's my angle after the Grammys, that I've done so many amazing, dope things, but I'm accessible. I'm still teaching in West Oakland.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We have the Pilates studio now in Dublin.
Right.
Black-owned Pilates studio, y'all. Body Bar Dublin. My wife is a GM. I'm a certified Pilates instructor now. We come through. First class is free.
He gonna fix my back when we got time.
Okay. I got you. But I'm still accessible. But the dopest thing now is that with everything I've accomplished, my focus now is to normalize the things that society has told us you need to have in order to have significance.
Right.
And to show my kids that you can have all of this, but it's the most important to be a good person, and it does not define who you are.
Amen.
So I think one day they'll see, like right now, I know, like, I'm not cool to them, which is crazy because I'm cool, but I'm not cool to my kids right now because they're teenagers, and that's fine.
I mean, I wasn't cool to mine. Girls and dads are a whole different deal.
Yeah, well, to her, no, I think I got a little bit of cool. I'm just, you ain't got to say yes or no. I'm not going to put you on the spot.
How old are you, honey?
12.
So when my daughter was my baby, she would look, daddy. Then one day I came in and she said, Dad, you're annoying. What? That was her for like 4 years. No, you haven't got that yet. I hope you know. She got that. And now she said, look, Dad, you're annoying. I could do nothing wrong from doing everything right. Dad, don't be with me and my friends. Dad, and then one day and I'm the same. I'm gonna be the same no matter what.
Everywhere.
Right? The switch flip completely back. Now, Dad, you were that crazy. I love you so much. Blah 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 blah. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. But I'm glad I've done enough of significance professionally to where people can contrast whatever they view success as being in my scope and what I've accomplished and who I am off stage, not in front of a camera, and hopefully be able to make a decision that it matches.
I don't like the traditional success anyway. I don't like that. I mean, half the people that are quote that we idolize, especially on money, they miserable as hell.
Listen, and it teaches
you miserable as hell.
It teaches you to live. I live daily in gratitude on a level that is insane, and I'm so blessed. I like the way I live in gratitude on a daily basis. I look outside of our living room window and I'll look at something. I'll see somebody walking down the street. I'll look at some trees. I'll look at the business that's directly across the street from our house and find some type of gratitude. What success should do, hopefully for people, in my opinion, is teach them what matters most.
Yeah.
What do you
What's
really
really
value?
important? What's really
What
important?
do you really
Yeah.
value? And if
Yeah.
those things that come with success are what you value, then so be it. However, are there things that you don't need anybody else for that you can look at and just feel blessed and privileged to be in the presence of?
I said this, and remember that caller I had on from years ago that I played for the kids. I said, all I want you to be is a good person, and people that we don't have to worry about you hurting somebody,
No,
hurting other people, or hurting yourself.
be a
That's
good
all.
person.
Be a good person.
And
people I don't have to worry about.
yeah,
Because see, a lot of them people, and no quote successful people, I got to worry about. I got to worry about because they ain't happy with themselves.
not at all.
Not happy with themselves. And the biggest thing is to be happy with you. Because the only person living in that body and that skin is you. And a lot of these people, who do these horrible things, how many mentioned 4 at the top of the show, they ain't happy with themselves.
At all.
They're not happy with themselves. So I tell young people, don't be celebrity driven, be character driven.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's why, honestly, I don't let everybody, and I've had, usually it's rappers who want to do community service, want to call and come talk to, the kids at the club. I'd be like, okay, but they gonna ask you about, your music and what you say in it. And I said, besides, these are my kids, so you got to come talk to me first.
Yeah.
I don't hear from them again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna let everybody come talk to my kids.
Yeah.
Right?
I
You
think
got to be a healthy person. I don't
in
care
real life.
how much. Yes, I don't care how much money you got, what your persona is. If you're not a good person, you can't come talk to me. And it's like somebody wanted. Well, she's too young, but date when they want to date my daughter. Who you gotta talk to first?
Yeah,
you gonna talk to me?
Yeah, and we're gonna, and I know I'm gonna get there with her. You know what I mean? Like I know we're gonna get there. So right now we have a pretty open relationship. Like I can talk to her and ask her questions and not have that bravado as a father, because my goal is to make sure that we have a good enough relationship to where we can communicate.
Dad's
the
the best.
things are real.
Let me tell you, Dad ain't better dad. Mama's the other half, but Dad, man, look, you ain't got nothing to worry about with Dad.
Yeah, like
look, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about with Dad. Dad will take care of you no matter what.
Yeah, she knows
Please.
that.
And then
They
you
all
got
know
second dads like me, so
Yeah, they all know that, and I think just being a good person is the thing. But the Grammys really just taught me like, okay, cool. And it was, if I'm being honest, Doc, if I'm being honest, it was easy getting nominated. That was easy. I just put in the work. We just put in the work. It was easy. We didn't spend the thousands of dollars. We spent like a total of $200 on the whole campaign. It was easy. And I think going for it again this year, I kind of was a little relaxed because it was so easy last time. Then not getting nominated was like, ooh, I really got to play the game. And I didn't play the game. And so, having that accomplishment, it's like been there, done that. What's next? But some people get stuck in that wheel.
Yeah,
they get that taste.
What's next?
And that feeds them to the point where they have to keep chasing that, that ghost, man, to get that feeling again. It's like a drug
it's like a drug. That's right.
Notoriety is like a high.
You're looking for that next hit.
Yeah, and I don't want to rely on that. I need my daily life and activity to give me that feeling.
I think that's what's so beautiful with how you still share so much on social media. You're having these real conversations. And then I was really excited when I saw Pack Light. I was like, ooh, that's so clever, and I don't know if people know it. It's Light.
Yeah.
And so
shout out to Sarai, my wife,
right?
With the album title.
And then you and her as a team is just so beautiful to watch. And then, I mean, it was really exciting. Like you didn't stop, and we just see your growth, and you've always cared about your children and shared about them within your poetry on the radio show, the different struggles and challenges, and then the growth. And I just think that humanness of being a Black man, with this skill that can be, it's you're using it for the good, and people are hearing and listening. I really appreciate that you keep going. because I listen to you. Maybe I don't have those struggles, but I feel it. Like your words, the emotion, the everything. The fact that you have the Pilates open, I was like, yes, we
Yeah.
can wear all the hats.
And why not? Right?
Yes.
Why not? Especially when we're told that we're, I enjoy doing things that are non-traditional as a black man. You know what I mean? Like when we got connected to the Pilates studio and Sarai got in there and became an instructor and then a general manager, and then I got an opportunity to um take the training to be an instructor. I did my research, and at the time there were only 6 black men who were certified Pilates instructors in the country.
Wow.
So I was like, oh,
Whoa.
in the country, Doc.
Whoa.
I'm the 7th.
That's amazing.
There are so many black men who are certified Pilates instructors in the country, which is a crazy statistic, right? So now, like that's a different lane. Health is wealth. So now I'm doing something, like my son jokes about it. Like he's 14, right? Like to hear jokes about it. Oh, you Pilates, I can't tell my friends you a Pilates instructor. I can barely tell them you a poet. They like, your dad's what? Until they figure out the level and who I know, right?
Yeah.
But the beauty in just doing what you want and doing what you enjoy, doing something that feeds people intentionally or unintentionally, I think is where I'm at now. Like I just want to live a life that is healthy, that is quality, and hopefully if I stay authentic, it does something for people, and in return it does something for me.
And we all see it. And what's beautiful is that your kids see it. Yeah, I love what you were saying earlier about the teaching them that success is attainable and that this is like you can have these kinds of things. Like you're allowed to have it. I just all the levels. It's
like
really just so
all these
powerful.
accomplishments, but if I'm yelling at home and I'm cursing at home and
Yeah.
I'm angry all the time at home, then what good is my success? You know what I mean? Because they're not seeing that part. They're seeing who I am at home.
Success is being a good person.
Yeah.
It is.
Because you can lose all the money. You understand? You can lose all of that stuff. People lose it all the time. And if they don't have that, they figure like they're not successful. Oh, no. They're like, your life is not over. That's success. Can you do just a little something from the new one? Is that possible? Because I want her to watch you do it. Although
Yeah,
she's probably
she hears it all the
thinking
time. At
Let's
home.
do a
We practice
little-
24/7. So you coach you all the
I
time.
understand about practicing
does.
24/7.
He does.
Ooh.
He does.
Yeah.
From the album Pack Light, which is streaming on all platforms, you can always check it out. This poem is self-explanatory. Track 2 on the album that I think is appropriate. Black boys. Black boys be everything. Black boys be everything to everybody. Black boys be everything to everybody but themselves. And I know because black boy be me, meaning black boy be great, black boy be quiet, black boy be innocent. Black boys see cops, black boys get nervous because that's when black boys get shot, and black men, we go in the streets and we riot. But when black boy gets shot by black boy, that's when black boys go silent. Because black boy ain't no snitch. Black boy ain't never been nobody's. Yo, can you believe that black boys really have to be living like this because we be so hurt? Yeah, I don't know what you heard, but black boys, yeah, we be crying. Black boys, we be life, living even after black boys be dying because black boys be spirit, holding that space in between both bad and bougie. Do it look like we get left out? Nah, we get taken off. Credits erased. Black boys be like movies, like short films living in fear of early credits, losing life just so we can win awards, just so the crowd can be like yay, so this black boy can finally feel like yay. This black boy Grammy nominated. Guess this black boy can finally feel like yay. Black boy act like that black man they call yay. Black boy go broke and they gon' say black boy crazy. Black boy been basking in blackface. Some say yay, some say no. You know what I say? I say you drop a black boy in the middle of a frozen lake and it'll still make a ripple. Black boy bounces ball, then it's black boy go. Black boy searches for self, then it's black boy whoa. Black boy stop. Black boy don't talk, black boy dribble. Black boy LeBron, you know the one they told shut up and dribble? He told black boy Kyrie, black boy don't talk, black boy dribble. Black boys be confused. Black boys be Buck broken for big bucks, so black boys don't be thin clear. Black boy do anything to black boy for white face paper, white face approval. Black boy be the new overseer, stay in the newest whip, dripped up like Django. Black boy be like, free my just to turn them around and put them in chains, though. What I'm saying, black boy, be careful. Some are gonna wanna flaunt you more than they actually want you. Black boy, beware. They'll have you thinking this ain't your reflection speaking. Black boy be me, so black boy be love. Black boy be me, so black boy been enough. Black boys be everything. Black boys be everything to everybody but themselves.
Oh. What you think about that one?
Good.
You don't know. I mean, it's that is so there is so much in there.
Yes.
Every black boy, every single line, And as one and me lady who has been a teacher of black boys, not just our own, but have been taught black boys from, and she taught elementary school. I've had them as young as, well, I mean, I've had them that young all the way through high school and into college. That's that man. You look, I got that. I don't even know what to say.
Can I share the first track?
Ooh,
Can I share the first track?
yes, sir.
Tell me what you hear, because I think it's self-explanatory.
Ooh, black boy. Wait, hold on, I gotta breathe.
Okay,
I gotta get that one out first. Okay.
And I enjoy this one. I may like explain after if it don't make full sense.
Yes.
This is why I created the album this start. So I noticed, this isn't part of the poem, but I noticed that I find the most comfort when I'm busy, when I'm moving around. Like I like to move around, and I don't stay stationary. Like Sundays are the days where I sit on the couch and watch football. That's the most stationary I ever am. And I realize it's because I come from a lineage of travelers. Men who carry pain in silence and their dreams in duffel bags. Each mile they've traveled is a prayer they forgot to say out loud. Men who have mastered the art of packing U-Hauls full of trauma, but never had to unpack a single one. These men, they wear their burdens like boxers, dressing themselves every morning in false self-confidence, convincing themselves that their act of successfully carrying the weight of the world on their back is some type of accomplishment. Men who confuse staying still with staying stagnant, creating fragments of themselves in the form of babies and leaving them to be raised alone by ladies in cities they're too afraid to call home, because they know the road doesn't come with expectations, doesn't ask them to be perfect, doesn't ask them to be present, doesn't require them to pick up the phone. I come from a lineage of improper papas, Rolling Stones, in love with fresh air while their souls travel on four flats because they have no love to spare. Men who only feel like a man when in motion, so every apology given is whispered through rearview mirrors. These men, they find fun in the sun while their illiteracy lies in a stoplight. Green means run, red means go, and yellow just doesn't exist. All they know is to treat women like pit stops. Staying long enough to sit, lay down, take a piss, and dip, but not before they get a bite to eat. Black men programmed to stay on code with so much of their DNA embedded in the pavement and spread along the way. How could they not feel at home in these streets? I come from a lineage of travelers, men who have collected their father's recycled behavior, leaving them to literally treat their litter like litter. And we, their offspring, already in pieces, we tear ourselves apart in the name of art and call it healing, revealing wounds deeper than the potholes in our father's spirit. We grow up to become men who can't figure out for the life of us why life with us seems to be such a bumpy experience. But something special happened the moment my journey crossed at that intersection of self-love and forgiveness. I learned to find love and appreciation for the lack of my father's grip, for him not dragging me along, leaving me to feel like unwanted baggage, but rather lost luggage. Who knew that burying me under his future mistakes would lead me to becoming a treasure self-discovered? And although I wish he would have held on long enough to recognize the weight he carried was not a burden, but a blessing, I'm thankful for the lesson. So nowadays, I give grief the seat it always wanted. I let my joy drive for once, and my healing ride shotgun. This is for every boy that thought being strong meant staying silent. For every black boy taught to survive, but not how to feel. We carry a lot, but today, every day, I unload one word at a time.
Oh man.
That's beautiful.
I was thinking about
Amen.
the men in my family, on my
Amen.
dad's side of the family, and I got 9 uncles.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I think I'm recognizing at this point in time in life, I'm making sense out of everybody connected to me.
Yeah.
Taking away the title that they have.
Yeah.
My mother, my father, my son, so many different people. I'm taking away the title, looking at them as people in order to make sense of who I am. And I think one thing that's important at this point in time for all of us is to understand that if we want to understand who we are, where we come from, we have to go back, right? And that can be a scary thing to do, and it can be painful. But if we allow ourselves to make sense of the people around us, the people who have shaped us, the people who have poured into us, the people who have neglected us, we'll get a better understanding of who we are and why we are the way we are. And once we understand that why, I think we're in more control of our future. So I think that's where I'm at this point in life, is that I'm trying to make sense of everything around me so I can be better for her, her brothers, her sister, her stepmother, anybody who relies on me for anything or gets anything out of me. So yeah, the album Pack Light is just full of just reflection, things that I wasn't necessarily the most courageous to talk about, but wanted to, and poems that I'm not going to do anymore, but I did on the album. Like, okay, I did it on the album. I'm done with it now. Yes. I'm never doing it again. This is my unpacking and my unloading. Or there's certain poems that I packed up onto this truck on this album that I am going to take with me. You know what I mean? So it's symbolic of where I am in life now, just figuring out what I want to leave and what I want to take with me.
I love it.
I don't even know. Look, man. Look, I've known you for a long time, right? I've known the early poems, and
my first 4 poems.
I'm thinking about artists, who are saying the same thing that they said when they was 18 and now they 40.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making the same.
Yeah.
I'm a drug dealer. Right?
Same story.
You ain't 40.
Where's the evolution?
No more, man. Where is your growth?
Yeah,
right?
It's evolution.
And it's almost comical. But you can't make nobody grow. You gotta want to grow. But as soon as you meet them, you're like, man, you be like, so I'm just thinking the growth is. I'm doing I'm doing an elders group, right? These are guys I had when they were teenagers, but now they're in the elder thing. And one of the reasons I'm doing a group with them is that they have shown growth, and as they grow, being elders is about growing in wisdom and grace, right? And to see them continue, 29 years from now, you're gonna be doing something else. But all your stages of life show growth. That's the thing. You're a flower, man. Lily, that's what flowers do. They continue to grow, and you can't be the same
over there
flower
talking to.
And this happens in relationships. Related people grow, right? Man, that was okay. Lady E, jump in, please. Come on. Is she there?
Doc, I just said that's because you got Prentice Scott Heron in the studio with you over there. Yeah, brother, he ain't stopping. It don't stop. Oh, no. It don't stop. The growth ain't gonna stop with that, brother.
Yeah, we just got to keep going, just acknowledge who you are. I think that's all it is. I just acknowledge where I am. And
Lady E, jump in here. And
well, I think that
there's so much for you. You just
I love the fact that your albums, your writing, your journey is included in what you're doing. Your message, your life, that whole thing. It takes so much courage to take a look at who you are and what's impacted, what has been poured into you or poured over you, and how that has shaped you, refined you, informed you, transformed you, impacted you, infected you. And where that is allowing you to see what it is allowing you to see. The courage it takes to do that, to see that. And the magic in that ability is to do it without judgment. The only way you can do that is to not have any judgment, to be open to what it's going to teach you, feed you, make you aware of, that will empower you even more, heal you even more. And then when you said, to help me be better for who sees me, hears me, recognizing that you are a vessel, which is more than being human. That being human is so limiting, yet not, because you're allowing that more to come in and lift you while revealing you and helping others to see themselves and to be healed, informed, transformed by what you do, what you say, and your journey. So, what a gift that you've been given, and the fact that you share it and you are transformed and touched by it. That truth is powerful. Being able to see is magnificent. Even if what you see is that thing that you find the words for that, what you can see. And then you do, and you be. And what allows you to do that is you listen and you obey.
Yep.
I hope that makes sense.
Please.
Yeah.
There's not too much going out of your mouth, lady, that don't make sense.
But what you just said, it's reaffirming. Like I'm at a stage now where I know I don't see. You guys saw me before I saw me. All of y'all in here, you guys saw me way before I saw myself. So to be in this space of life, she trips all the time. Anaya trips all the time because I'm every day. What am I talking about? Energy and manifesting. And she's rolling her eyes. I'm talking about speaking things into existence on top of me talking about aliens and UFOs. But the energy and the manifestation. I see the world. I don't see the world the same anymore. So when you speak these words on your observation of me, it just reaffirms that what it is that I'm viewing now that I didn't see before, I'm not tripping.
There is a scripture in the Bible that says, speak things that be not as though they were.
Yep.
That is the biblical term for manifesting. And then the simple term for that is faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So, some of this new age talk, Anaya, that stuff that daddy talks about that we ain't trying to hear. All right. And what he is doing is what the elders, people with silver hair, do, because we know that we've been here longer than we're going to be. And now is the time to stop playing. Stop playing. Everybody doesn't stop playing. And your daddy, who probably, take a look, how many gray hairs do you see?
None right now because I dyed it.
Okay. Your honesty.
He stopped playing a long time ago.
You see what I'm saying? That's right. And the fact that you are not playing, once again, is a message for young people who are not the young people, the where you are people who are still playing. People your age, not Anaya's age. I'm talking about Prentice your age. Those young people, because they're young people to me, they still playing. But here you are speaking, and what you're putting out there inspires and encourages them. You don't have to wait for your hair to be gray and for your back to be for all everything start to acting different before you stop playing. And that manifesting, I love all the stuff I see about that. It's like, psh, really? When that started, way before you even thought about manifesting. But it's something that now you stop playing. And how you manifest, you got to do the work. You got to show up, all of that. And then you got to think and pay attention to how you're thinking and what you're thinking. All of that. You are helping people your age stop playing. Like you helped the young people back in 2006. Get in touch with what you're feeling. And don't let your feelings change what you're touching.
You know, lady, yeah, I like the statement that he made. I didn't think about that. You saw it in me before I saw it in me.
You guys did.
Which is what that's beautiful because I knew that when you went to Birmingham, you was gonna blow their minds. I knew it. I knew that when you went to South Africa and you went into the jail with them brothers, that you were gonna impact them, right? And you were like, I don't know what can I say to you? Look, I knew it because your spirit hit all of them. And I would say this to you. It's funny. And he knows this. When you're like this, and even with me, everybody ain't gonna get you.
No.
Everybody, they can't get you because they don't operate on the same. So if you're looking for acceptance, they do not operate in the same consciousness or frequency.
Mm-mm.
But they admire the hell out of you for being, they do, unless you just got a hater, and haters gonna hate anybody. But they're not gonna actually get you because to get you, they haven't unleashed the stuff in them that they're afraid to go there. And they want to be popular, they want to be this. And so, you don't judge them, you just say, there's a saying, lady, that you use, and Malcolm, come back because I want to get your words. There you are. One of our coaches is one of our sayings is the club, lady, says, it's your gift will make room for you.
So true.
And your gift, which you didn't even know was a gift, you just know Tommy Lizzie liked you, it has made room in an area that there was no room for this. He's a prototype, man. He's a prototype.
So how can you not live in gratitude?
Taking it to places that that you're setting the path for others to embrace this and move. And so they need to say thank you. If they don't, we sure will. So
I'm here.
You want to say something to him before we get off?
Hey, I remember Alabama. I remember Birmingham. I remember when we recorded in the car when I had you record your first poem in the car by MacArthur BART station.
Nah, we was in when the church's chicken parking lot, I think.
Yes, sir. There you go. And that was for Yo Radio when we were still doing Youth Outlook Radio. I came right from the Pacific News Service from the office, met him in Oakland, and I called Doc right after. I was like, "You gonna love this, brother." I just and to see from that moment to see you now with your daughter sitting next to you, who that's my favorite part of tonight, man. Oh, just to see the look on her face, soaking it all up from you. And as a father, we want our kids to be better than us, right? Even better. And she gonna be better, and that's a beautiful thing. But because she's been able to watch and learn from you, and so
almond shaped eyes looking at her daddy.
But I don't even think your gift is the spoken word. You're just a good brother, man. That's your gift. You just
That's
good.
all that matters to me.
I was going to say that, Malcolm. Thank you for opening that
You
up.
always been like that. You
It
just a good
is,
dude, man.
yeah, the fact that you listen and you obey and you have gratitude, them are the gifts.
Mm.
Being able to listen and hear. When Dr. Marshall said, you said, okay, no talk, no back talk. Okay. Because it was what he said didn't really come from him. He was simply the vessel. And you recognized it. Oh my goodness. And you listened. And you keep listening. And you keep obeying. You keep following. All that doesn't come from you. It comes.
Absolutely. True. Which is why it's so important to live in gratitude, because not everybody has the blessing of being a vessel like this and realizing it. We all are, but it's a matter of if you recognize it. And once you recognize it, you just don't look at the world the same, and you live in gratitude
And accept it.
You
And
just
accept it.
embrace it. Whatever
Yep.
this is meant to take me,
Yep.
let's go.
Yep. Yep.
Let's
Yep.
go.
Yep. Wow. And now what you think about all of this? This is almost like a spiritual experience, huh?
I really appreciate all of it, and I think I understand a lot of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a word to look up.
Mhm.
Okay. I want you to look up the word GRIO. Okay.
Okay.
Griot. Just look it up and see what it is, and see what it's associated with, and where it's associated with, and what it means in that culture. Okay. And then I want you to think about him. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, what a show! What a great man! It is so good to see you, brother.
So good to see y'all.
It just keep on taking where the ancestors take you, where the spirits take you, and be happy and be joy and
Grateful.
man, you're gonna be grateful. And you have a lot of fun with them kids.
Yeah.
Oh, them kids,
I
man. Them
enjoy
kids,
them.
man. It's
I enjoy them.
all right, we got to get out of here. I don't know what to say because I'm just too full, but hey, it's all good. Good night. We'll see you next week on Street Soldiers. And tell where and get Pack Light.
All streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. Anywhere. Yep.
Apple, Pack Light. PACKLIGHT.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you,
night, everybody.
Prentice.
See you
Good
next
night.
week. Right here on Street Soldiers.